What's up, dude? Ladies and gentlemen, here, I'm actually Geeky and Nerdy, and welcome back to a Black Lightning episode review. So, this is Black Lightning episode 2. Just to let you know, for some of you that haven't seen this might be a spoiler review, so if you're not into that, don't watch the review, watch the TV series for yourself, and you'll see, basically, like what will happen. Hope if you haven't seen my other review, you'll note at the same standard point. So Black Lightning, ever since his last appearance, is finally back into play. He is finally back into the reality. He is back into the city. He is back, and he is ready and ready than ever. So the episode 2 opens up with a flashback to him in his younger years, back when he didn't have any hair. And he beating down criminals, and we see him with his wife Lynn again. And then it just opens up on what previously happened on the last episode and to what is going on now. So at the moment right now, Jefferson is trying to basically heal his injury, so to speak. But what's really cool to see, and they don't explain why it's happening, you see while Jefferson's laying down in his bed, he's watching the news, he's listening to everything that's been going on in the world. He has electricity course through his veins, and it's really freaking cool looking. I was sitting there going, "That is so cool!" That is just awesome in its own right. You see the electricity going through his veins, like you see his veins going blue, and it's like that is really cool. Also, I messed up the name of the actor that plays Black Lightning. His name is Chris Williams. I think I misinterpreted it last time. I didn't remember. But Chris Williams really does a great job in this, and he really stands out in this. When he's at a gymnasium meeting, when he's talking to a bunch of parents about what's been going on, he said that we don't want a war to happen. Basically, at the high school, we want to keep everything under control, and the parents kind of go after him. He even makes a Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. reference, and then they said, yeah, but even when Dr. King thought the same priorities that you are thinking right now, that everything can be united and that everything will be right under a certain cause, he got shot. It's like, he does have a point, you know. We were introduced to a woman, and I don't know the actress that plays her, but she does a really good job, named LaWanda. Now, LaWanda is in this, and she's very concerned about her daughter named Cicadia, I think her name is. It's a really beautiful sounding name. I think it's Shep something. I can't remember how they pronounce it. I think it is Cicadia, I think that's what his name is. I don't want to butcher it. I think that's what it is. But she is an old student of Jefferson's. Now, obviously, since I just said last time, and it's true in comic book lore, Jefferson Pugh was I believe, science teacher, and at the moment he became, a principal, and he's trying to keep the school underneath everything. He's trying to keep it all tied in together. He's trying to really get down to the nitty gritty of what he's trying to do, and it really is that event that he's trying to do the impossible in the school while also trying to do the impossible outside of the school as Black Lightning. So there is a moment where he's trying to reconnect everything with his wife Lynn and everything, and they're trying to rekindle the relationship. And Lynn makes a pretty cheesy joke, but also kind of a good reference, where she said, "I'm a neurosurgeon," which means that she's a brain doctor. But I know everything that there is to know about the brain, but I don't know anything about the heart. It's makes a good reference. She does honestly make a very good reference when she said that, because while she knows everything about the brain, it's basically saying that she doesn't know anything about love. She doesn't know if Jefferson is what she wants or if there is something else that she wants. Obviously, from the episode perspective and standpoint, it does look like that she wants Jefferson, but she's just not sure if she can work her way back to Jefferson. And I've been in her certain circumstances when you're trying to rekindle the relationship with someone that you really love. So I can relate here. It is something I can relate to here. Like you're trying to really go after this person that you love and you want to rekindle everything in the relationship. And I definitely feel for that. It made me like, and I fought for the girl that I still have, even till today. So, I feel for that. I really do feel for that. And her and Jefferson are such a cute couple, and honesty. I really like it when they're on screen together. They have like cute little banters and whatnot. It's like adorable. So each different character has a different basically arc in this, and I'm gonna talk about each and every one of them. So first of all, Lala. Good Christ, the actor that plays Lala really makes him like really stand out. You know, everything about Lala is like the stand out point. Um, there is a moment in this where I can't remember his name, but his name was Will, and he was the asshole that was hitting on Jennifer, trying to basically get into a pants kind of a situation thing. Um, and they end up finding Will, and Lala was like, "Oh, couldn't do your fucking damn job now, could you, son?" He's like, "Oh man," and he makes the thing that they are cousins, and I'm like, "They're cousins," you know. And he's like, "This is why you should never hire a family." But you know what? And he loads up a gun and he's like, "I don't have to worry about that no more." And I literally went, "I know that he's an asshole, but you don't need to point the gun in the back of his head and kill him and everything." My God, man. I mean, Lala really makes a standout point in this too. I should also talk about the main enemy, which is the actual main enemy of this, named, I think I'm trying to remember, it's either Typhon or it's Typhonus, or Typhonius, something like that. And he is a really standout dude. He reminds me, because of the way that he looks, like just like the actor, he looks a lot like, trying to remember his Tombstone, yeah. Tombstone from Spider-Man. He really reminds me of Tombstone from Spider-Man, just the way that he looks and the way that I'm used to seeing Tombstone. So he really does look like Tombstone. And when this episode basically does open up with him talking to Lala and basically calling him names and whatnot, like, "You work for me, bitch, and nobody else." There is a lot of, like, not good words chosen to you, like a lot of racial slur. So I'm not gonna actually mention what they are, but there are a lot of like racial slurs. They use the N word. They talk about slavery. They use a lot of like old like slavery names and whatnot. So I'm not gonna mention it. I'm just gonna say like that's kind of what they reference, and I'm like, oh. And even Lala goes like, "Damn, Typhon, you really do hate black people." And he's like, "No, no, 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 not my brother." He's like, "I love black people. I just can't stand." And that's when he goes into a big racial slur moment, and I'm like, "Oh, well, that's that's not okay." Um, Jennifer really gets a big character development moment, and that's when she is talking to a friend of hers named Khalil, who I don't think we were ever introduced to in this. And Khalil mentioned to Jennifer that he really likes her, he really appreciates her, and also he asks her out. But the thing is, Jennifer is going down a very ugly path. She is smoking, she is drinking in school, mind you. She had like a big like bottle of liquor, some type of liquor, like it's vodka or something. Um, and she drinking that while she's in school. I guess maybe like a study hall thing or whatever, and she go to visit Khalil in the gym, and she all drunk and everything, like, "Hey, how you doing?" And he's like, "You're drunk, aren't you?" And she's like, "I'm not drunk." And then when he finds out that she's drinking from this bottle, whatever that it is, he throws it away, and he goes, and he makes a good point when he says this. He goes, "I'm trying to do everything in my respected world. I've been gifted with this great speed. I'm trying to be a good runner for the school, and I want to go to a good college, and I want to take you with me, but I'm not going to take you if you keep doing this." It's like, I feel, you don't want to see nobody go down that ugly path and whatnot. So I honestly feel for him when he said that. So I hope that later on in other episodes that he's gonna try and clean Jennifer up, maybe so that way that she takes like a very graceful path compared to going off on her own separate path down a very ugly road, mind you. In this, so Jennifer's really character development is kind of just like they're showing that she's going down a very ugly path, and hopefully that she does not keep continuing going alongside down that path. So what we honestly also do also find out is that Anissa, I think that's how you pronounce her name, in this, I made a mistake from the last episode, but I'm gonna clarify it here after a while. Um, we find out that she is a lesbian and that she does have a girlfriend, and that is spending time with the girlfriend ever since after it happened. Her girlfriend is kind of a respected sort of sort. But there was a moment in this where she kind of breaks the barrier for her, so I'm thinking that this might end up like very badly. But she goes to her after they. That she said all, and she goes. She goes to her, she's like, baby, the sex is great, but I need more. I'm like, oh, this is gonna go down that ugly path of like, everything is great, but I need more. And she apologizes for, not being there for her and everything, trying to rekindle what these two had. Apparently, they've been together for, I think she said like a year or two, so they've been together for quite some time. It's like she's trying to rekindle the relationship, hopefully that it will go down the path that she wants. It's kind of a point of me of saying that it might not. So also while she's at a drugstore, and then trying to get some sleep aid because she can't sleep, the store basically at CVS, there's a pharmacy store, gets basically attacked by a robber, and he tells Anissa, you better get your ass on the ground, otherwise I'm going to shoot you. Suddenly her superpowers kicked in. She grabbed him from the bottom of his shirt and flinged him halfway across the store. And she kind of like got that badass smirk going on, like, yeah, I got superpowers. I made the mistake and said that Anissa was lightning. No, Anissa is thunder. Another one of Jefferson's daughter. I do have a DC basically character guide, and it does talk about with Black Lightning, his daughter Lightning, and then when I read down through it, Jennifer will become lightning at some point. But no, Anissa is going to be thunder. So all that I can say is your enemies are going to be thunderstruck, dude. Oh, God. But, it's kind of like a very good character development for her that she's going through the superpower kind of deal thing. We don't see her have the glowing, like, orange gold arms. She just grabs the guy by the bottom of the shirt and just fucking flips him halfway across the world. So, there's that. So, Black Lightning does also appear in this, and there is a good conversation between, Gibby, I think, I can't remember, and also the wife of, Gamby, and also the wife of, of Jefferson, where they talk about Jefferson being addicted to his powers. Now, this is an actual thing that's been retrospected by Batman, too, a few times where he said, "Wait, what if you guys?" He even said it in to the Justice League. Like, what if you guys get really addicted to your superpowers and you use them for evil purposes? And Superman's like, "That's nonsense. Like, that would never happen." Like, and they can't said it did, And she kind of is bashing against Gamby. Gamby's bashing against her, saying that like he's not addicted to his powers, he got addicted to you. That's why he stopped being Black Lightning. It had nothing to do with his addiction to his superpowers. And she's like, no, it was his addiction to the superpower and saving people, and not you. So there's a lot of references to like sexuality, the differences of superpowers, addiction, and also God. They play religion into this, where Khalil mentioned that his speed is the gift of God. I think they're referencing Godspeed. Let's see what he did. And then Lightning, and then Jefferson later on when he talked about Black Lightning, he goes, "I thought we agreed that this was a gift of God. If he gifted me with a gift, what am I using it for? So Mwanda does play a big part in this. He goes up to Lava later on in this episode, And she's like, "Ha, bitch, I got you on camera." And Lala's like, "Get the camera out of my face." And she's still like sitting there like, "Where is my daughter? Where is my daughter? Shaquille O'Neal. Check something, okay?" So she's like, "Where is my daughter?" And he's just like, "Get the camera out of my face. I'm serious. Things are good. Things will turn ugly here." And she's just like, "Where is my daughter? Where is my daughter?" Yeah, she got shot 3 times in the chest. Bam, dead. But the good part is that when she also went with up there with her video camera, she had it recording on her cell phone, so she had everything recorded on him, and he's like, "Ah, I got you now." Um, so when Black Lightning figured out that she's dead, that's when he, of course, had like this character development, like, am I really Jefferson Pierce or am I Black Lightning? I can't be both. Who am I, basically? So he does end up going after Lala, and a lot of people remember him, and a lot of people respect him in the community, of course, for how long he's been a superhero in just one respected area. So he goes in and he just starts kicking all kinds of ass, which is why I have to say that the choreography in this is really, really good. Like when he fights against people, when he uses his powers, everything just flows together like smooth water. So he goes in and after Lava, and he just beating the crap out of him, and you can tell that he has it in his eyes, the look of like, "I'm going to kill you so you can never mess with my family again." Because there was a moment early on where Lala had his son. I don't know if we ever got the son's name, but he sends his son after Jennifer when she's sitting at home, of course, with a police officer vehicle out in the front to protect her. And he goes, "Free candy. You want to buy some candy?" And she's like, "Sure, we'll do what you got." And he's like, "Lana, bitch!" And he pulls out a gun, but it's not an actual gun. It's a water gun filled with blood, and he sprays it with blood. And of course, she kind of has a little panic attack off of that. So that even pisses off Jefferson even more when he goes and visits Lala, which is very much like a Biker Boys, the movie based off of Fast and the Furious, but with motorcycles. He goes after him basically in a sort of Biker Boys sort of setting, and he goes, "I thought we agreed that you wouldn't fuck with my daughter." And Lala's like, "Scenes change, motherfucker. Scenes of change, bitch." I just love the way how the actor that plays Lala really delivers his lines and everything because it sounds so mischievous and it sounds so evil. Like you just want to strangle him, but you also like appreciate him as a villain. So after that, he beats the crap out of him. He's arrested by the police officers, and Jefferson's friend, who is also a police officer named, I think, Lamont, goes after him and he goes, "Oh, Lala, your whole entire thing is crumbling down, brother." He goes, "She got you on camera. She got you from the dead. So guess what? You're screwed, bitch. Like, we got you on camera of everything that you're doing right on these things, right on the cell phone. So everything that's been recorded, you're going to jail." And he realizes that he screwed up and everything. So, that's it. That is also a thing. So Typhon comes back at the end of the episode, and he goes to Lala. But before we get to that, there's talk about two Jefferson and Black Lightning is back, and even Lynn mentioned it early on in the episode, and he goes, "No, Black Lightning isn't back. I just did it to protect my kids. That's as far as it's going. I did it to protect my daughters. I'm not going nowhere else." And then when she asked later on towards the end of the episode, he goes, "Things changed and whatnot." He goes, "Things changed, so I think that Black Lightning needs to be back for good." He told Lynn. Again, all the actors in this really stand out. And then Typhon goes after Lala in prison, and he's like, "Lala, Lala, Lala." And he takes off his sunglasses and he's like, "You little bitch." He's like, see, you killed a girl's mama? Like, even in the bad guy world, as screwed up as you are, you don't do something like this. And it kind of made me laugh because it's like, you really screwed up and killed a woman? Like, a woman's mother? He just puts his hand on his shoulder, and just the shock that came over him was like, "Oh God." When he put his hand on Lala, he's like, "Man, some people just don't have no dignity." And he wants to get partner, and he goes, "Some people just don't have no dignity to not kill somebody's mother." He's like, "I swear to Christ, if the dumb." And that's when he grabs him and starts strangling him. And he just does not give up until you see and he's done. Like, Lala is out of here. And I'm like, is he really? Like, because there was a moment that when Lamont was talking to Jefferson, he goes, you know, Will and Lala escaped from the back of an ambulance, doped up on painkillers and adrenaline. So, if he can survive everything that happened to him, in the old school, basically the older, the previous episode, does it really mean that he's dead? Because there is an episode. Well, they even referenced it here that they back in the day they used to call Jefferson Black Jesus because they thought that he could do everything and that he could save the world. At the school and in the small town at Jefferson Pure, not Black Lightning, and they even referenced. And I have to say, like, that mean that Lala will return. I mean, I'm hoping that he does, man. I mean, I really did like him as a villain, and only seeing him, like the actor that played him, only in 2 episodes. Man, you know, I kind of getting the feeling of Lala. Like, I was starting to understand and appreciate the dude and everything. But apparently, we're not gonna get that. So after he killed him, the episode just ends, and I'm like, you can't do this to me, Black Lightning. Damn you. Are there any bad moments in this? Yeah, sadly. They don't really talk about much of like Black Lightning what he used to do. They did in the previous episode a little bit. They explained like what he did and everything, but they never really went into it. Lawanda kind of gave the inclination that she knew who Jefferson was, but she never said it because she makes a good point of why did Black Lightning go after your daughter, but not mine. Kind of like she was hinting that she knew that he was going to become that he was Black Lightning and everything. There was a lot of talk with him and Lynn about his younger days and whatnot, but it would be cool to get like some inclination when he first had his powers, when he first met Lynn and everything. That would be like a cool little flashback moment and everything. Also, we don't get much character portrayal in this from Anissa and Jennifer like we did in the first episode, which kind of also sucked as well because I wanted to see more of what they were going to do and everything. Of course, they had the inclination of Jennifer where she's going down the wrong path with drugs and alcohol and smoking and whatnot. And I'm kind of like, okay, makes sense. You know, we did see her smoke pot in the previous episode, so of course it's being promoted here. But then with Anissa with her girlfriend, I kind of wanted to know more about the two of them, about where this path that they're going to end up and everything. And also because Anissa is showing off her superpowers, baby. Thunder is coming. I really wanted her, like, just as a nod to it, just see, like, thunder in the distance, because I'd be like, oh, thunder! But we are not going to get that. I don't think. Episode 2 was a great episode. It was also called Lawanda, the Book of Hope, which is also based off of the character Lawanda, so that's very cool and everything. And episode 3, I really hope to get like more character development for everybody, not just Jefferson, but everybody as well. The actors are doing a great job. I love the actors that they picked for this. Everybody does great. China and McLean definitely in this episode really did shine to me. More so in her first appearance. I could really feel the character that she did, the actress that plays Anissa really does a great job, and definitely Chris Williams, the Black Lightning dude, he is great. Also, this also means that Black Lightning is like Batman right now. He is against the police, and the police are against him at the moment. Especially since he first appeared. But something tells me that maybe Lamont will find out that he's Black Lightning, so they'll share that, friendship with each other, similar to Batman and Jim Gordon. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about Black Lightning in the comments down below. And don't tell me if Lala going to reappear because I don't want that spoiled. But I kind of hope that he does because I really like him as a villain. Also, Typhon is right now, he's not really growing on me because we haven't seen much of him in episode 1 and 2. But I'm hoping that he'll, expand more. It's like the horrendous villain and everything. And God, I'm surprised I can talk about one episode of something for 20 minutes long. That is incredible. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And also just remember, for everything geeky and nerdy, stay subscribed to the channel as well. So, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Wade the Universe signing out and saying, never kill a person's mother. Because you never know what anyone is going to think about it. And also remember, if you're a metahuman, your daughter is probably going to end up having superpowers. This is going to be a thing. And also, from what I've seen looking for thumbnail for episode 3, it does look like Thunder is going to be training, so maybe we'll get to see her in action pretty soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and it's Waiting Universe signing out, saying until next time.